Playing all the hottest music, yeah. Keep it locked, keep it locked. The Bougie Show, keep it locked. It's the Bougie Show, keep it locked. We live, tell us what you wanna hear. When we turn up, you gon' turn up. Turn around and tell a friend. It's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Tell them it's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Yeah, 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 yeah. Turn up. All around the world, you gon' hear us. Turn up. Everywhere we go, you gon' hear us. It's the Bougie Show when you hear us. Cause it's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Turn up, turn up. Turn up. It's the Bougie Show when you hear us. Turn up, turn up. Turn up. It's the Bougie Show when you hear us.
We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Bougie Show. It is May 15th, 2021, and I got a pretty blonde lady next to me. Miss Karen Fisher is in the building. How you doing, hon?
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, how was your ride here? How was your commute here, I should say?
Not bad.
Yeah?
Actually, yeah.
You working today?
No, not today.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate you joining us on the Bougie Show. Oh, wow. So, Miss Fisher, let's get into this interview. Let's make the transition. How did you get from the suburbs of Portland to the adult film industry in LA?
Oh gosh. Well, I was a dancer in Portland, and an exotic dancer.
Yeah,
okay. Not like a ballet dancer.
Okay.
So, anyways, I was doing that, and a girl that I worked with, first, like, we had a lot of features, like porn stars and magazine models back when there was like a lot of magazines still. Would come to our club and feature. And so I just like thought about it for a really, really long time. And then a girl I know started doing things like here and there. And she just asked me one day if I wanted her to send my photos out. And I said, sure, go ahead. And then I think it was like the next week, the Score magazine flew me out. And that was my first job.
Okay, so you said your friend was doing things here and there, meaning as far as shooting scenes?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Sorry, I should have been.
So when you were speaking to her about shooting scenes, were you like going into depth and like in detail as far as how is it to shoot? What made you actually say, "I want to pull the trigger and fly out and do it"?
Honestly, I think it just happened so fast before I could chicken out, because I had been thinking about it for a really long time, but then I'd be like, oh, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? So I never really followed through. And then the whole Score thing just happened so quickly. And then after that, the same girlfriend, she started her own website and she was doing pretty well with it.
Okay.
And so I started my own website and then, just went from there.
So your first day on the set, you walking in, was there anxiety?
So, yeah, Score's actually a really nice company. They kind of like pamper you. But I was still nervous. It wasn't like a full-on boy-girl scene. It was just like solo. But I just remember, I was nervous and it took forever. And
Score's the production company, right?
Yeah,
All right, okay.
Yeah, not like...
Right, got it. Okay. So you were there, they pampered you, and you did, what kind of scene was it?
It was just like, it was 4 solo scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your first boy-girl was when?
Oh, gosh. I think it was a few months later.
Oh, you went that long without...
Yeah.
So why did it take so long for you to do it?
I don't know, I was mostly just doing things for my site. And I don't know, I finally went to LA, and then that's when my first...
Okay. And how was that?
It was a lot of work, like a lot more than I thought it would be. And I was scared. I was like pretty young.
So you had worked with other female talents before you went to the male talent?
No, I don't even think I did full on girl. It was more posy girl, stuff like that. I had like actually been with a girl like off camera, but I hadn't really done it on camera.
Okay. So I'm going to drop a horn for you. And a bomb.
Yeah.
Like I do for every talent that I come across that tells me that, well, they didn't tell me that I found out they lost their virginity at 18. So I just want to drop a bomb for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm trying to encourage the women out there that young girls, to wait. It's okay to wait. You don't have to lose your virginity at 14. So I do this for every time I do my research and my due diligence. I find out I drop a bomb in a horn for females that lose their virginity at 18. That's just something I do on the inside.
Yeah, 14's pretty young, I think.
So let's get to the nasty talk. So you really walking around with 38 F boobs?
I am.
And what kind of weight pressure does that put on your back?
You know, I work out with weights, so I'm pretty strong. And so it doesn't really bother my back. I would say more like my booty bothers, like that. That's what's the heavy thing.
Wow. So you spend a significant amount of time just like washing the boobs? Does it take that, washing under it? How does, or is it just regular? Same
I can
as
wash
every
them
other body
pretty
part?
fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten good at it.
I'm sure you have.
You know?
I didn't know you could get good at washing boobs, but I guess you just
have to be
informed me.
efficient.
Okay. All right. So it's still no anal?
No.
I read somewhere that you performed with your ex-boyfriend and you said on camera, having sex with your husband is totally different than having anal sex with Mandingo.
Oh, yeah, when I was married,
Right.
I was married. And then, like, I did have anal sex a few times. But yeah, that's a totally different experience.
I'm sure it is.
On camera. Plus, I was intoxicated. Like, I was.
So did that make it more soothing?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So it's not something you would do on a sober day?
No, probably not. Plus, I mean, obviously, I was married to him, so I knew him really well. Like, if I were to ever do anal, I'd have to be somebody I knew pretty
Right,
well,
before you, right.
and somebody that didn't have a very large.
Right. No, I totally understand that.
Smaller, the better.
You're right. So you doing, you haven't done anal yet. Are you planning on doing it ever in the future? Or is that something you never want to participate in?
I don't know. I thought maybe I would. I don't know. We'll have to see. I need to practice first.
A lot of entertainers, obviously females, say to me that they wait to do anal because they build up the anticipation, you know what I mean? Not kind of give up that scene, like it becomes more valuable the longer you hold on to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I think I've like past that point. You know what I mean? I've just not done it for such a long time. I mean, I'm sure there is still anticipation. It's more of just like oh God, I don't know if I want to do that thing, you know?
Uh-huh. Were you married while being an active, were you an active performer while you were married?
No, when I was married, I didn't. Yeah.
So it was after. Then you
it was
decided.
Before and then after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not while you were married.
No.
Could you have pulled it off?
Like
being an adult film star?
Honestly, he was a little controlling. So it was him who was like, I don't want you to do that. And I went along with it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So what did you do at that time?
Oh God, I worked for him at his company.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't working for you?
No, I worked in his office, which is so boring. And then
you guys didn't hunch in the office like during break or anything like that?
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I was a telemarketer too for him. So, that's the worst job. Like nobody.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
In past younger days, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you told him you had 38 Fs on the phone, he would have been so quick to hang up with you.
You know, there were a few guys that seemed like really, like they thought I was going to be showing up, you know, so seemed like they were a little like, obviously they didn't know who I was,
right.
But just, I don't know, maybe they liked my voice or whatever. They seemed pretty excited that I was going to be the one showing up, but it wasn't. It was like a salesperson that was going to show up, so. You
ever been skeptical about performing with somebody with a certain penis size?
Oh God, when I was younger, no. Now that I'm older and I've done some really big, huge penis sizes and I know like how long it takes to recover, I'm a little more like skeptical. You know, I'm a little more leery. When you say recover, meaning your vagina comes back into place? Like, no, it's like, so I did a scene with a guy who's probably the size of like my forearm, like huge. Okay. And for like 3 days, it was like just in pain. So, and that's not really worth it to me. So that's why I'm like, Not to say I wouldn't do a big one, but like there's a limit.
So when you were younger, you had a higher tolerance for it.
Yeah, and I think too, I just had like something to prove, and now I'm like, I don't really.
You have nothing to prove.
Yeah.
You shooting the scenes that you like doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you said the size of your forearm.
Yeah, it was like, it was beyond big. It was so big. And he was a little rough too. And that, you like, when you're that big, you can't be rough.
Right. Do you, just based off of my past interviews, a lot of women say that they would kind of warm up. Was that the case with that scene? Like, stick it in slowly, kind of loosen it up, open it up a little bit before, you know.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
So he's kind of rough. You ever had incidents with the double tap?
Yeah, you know what? I was watching that interview you showed me. If somebody gets too aggressive, I'll like just go on to like the full on pinch, like a hard pinch.
Oh, you're squeezing. Yeah, of course.
If they're not, or I'll like, if they still don't listen, I'll tell them to knock it off. Like, you know what I mean?
So if you tell them to knock it off, do you have to stop the scene and then go back and shoot it? Like stop it literally, and then they'll be like, "Hey, you need to stop." And then
I'll just be like, "Hey, you need to like pull it." Calm down a little. And then, I mean, that's rarely happens. Usually once I like pinch them, they like calm down.
They calm down.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you actually have to pinch them and that they're not cooperating with the double tap.
Yeah.
You think they're in their moment and they're just...
It could be.
Okay.
But it's rare. I feel like because I don't get booked for like a lot of rough scenes. Mm-hmm. I'm not really known for that. I feel like the people that really like to see them get roughed up are like really tiny girls, and I'm not like a really tiny girl. Right.
How was your preparation from a scene when you were a younger talent to now? How do you the preparation for the scenes? What's the biggest difference between?
I feel like it's the same.
Yeah.
Really.
So you don't go about doing things on a day of a shoot. You don't go about doing things differently now that you did then.
No, not really. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Any particular scenes you didn't like to perform initially, but grown appreciation for now?
I'm trying to think. Not really.
So
I mean, I feel like most of the scenes that I've done, like a lot, I pretty much like. Yeah.
Okay.
And have liked from the start.
Best thing about the MILF role?
I mean, it can be fun. I get to work with younger guys. It's a big fantasy for people. Yeah. I don't really care though. I don't really care if I'm a MILF, obviously they're not going to book me as a teen. That would be a little ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, I never really think of it like that.
Well, we're going to drop a bomb for Karen Fisher being named April MILF of the Month on AVN Media. So we drop a bomb. And that dude in the Easter Bunny costume stroking you from the back was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? The shot, it really looked good. That was a nice shot. But with him wearing the Easter Bunny, you want to elaborate and let us know a little bit about it?
Oh, yeah, that was a really funny scene, actually. The costume was really bad. That was a really bad Easter Bunny costume.
Oh, yeah, it was. But the shot looked good. Whoever did the shot, the little clip, I saw it on your Twitter.
Yeah,
so,
I don't ever watch my videos, but just shooting it was fun. The Robbie Echo, who played the Easter Bunny, is really fun. He's a really good male talent. The director was really fun too. I like working for Team Skeet because it's like a really quick work day. Like sometimes it's just drawn out. You know, they draw everything out. You're like waiting for hours. And it just gets like old. You know what I mean? I like to keep it moving and get things done.
Is that the biggest difference with major production companies is how they go about shooting?
Kind of. I mean, it can be the director too. They all have their own style. Some directors like to stop like every 5 minutes and like give you directions, which that to me.
But that messes up the rhythm, right?
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I'm like, I've done this before, and so is the male talent. Like, I can see giving directions. You don't have to like micromanage us.
Right.
That's kind of annoying. And then some people kind of like let you just do whatever, and then maybe give you, hey, do this, do that. Some input here and there, and that's the best. I like it when it's just more natural and not like so managed. And I don't know. You
said Team Skeet. It's like the day goes by fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are they doing that makes it go by fast? Like going into a typical boy girl scene.
I think they just like they're prepared. Like a lot of times when you are, when things take forever, like there's a lot of waiting. And then two, the dialogue isn't like super complicated where it's taking a good like 2 hours just to get the dialogue right. You know, it's just simpler. And more fun.
What do you do when it's cut time, like from the scene when you guys are getting ready for the next scene, when you guys during the break? How do you keep yourself moist? Because the men, I know they have to keep their erection. What do you do during that time?
I usually am like okay. If I am not, like if I need lube, I'll use lube. But usually I don't need it.
How long does it usually take before you go into the next scene?
Like,
is it just change positions, or you got to take the pictures of the shots?
It depends. Actually, that's another thing I like about Team Skeet is because they shoot in 4K. They don't take sex stills.
Because it's 4K, they can just grab a still shot and then use that as a picture. Got you. So that's more time. That's being more time efficient with the time. Right.
Yeah.
Get it. I noticed you only tweet content, nothing personal, no random thoughts. Any particular reason why?
You know, I've just been really busy, and that's mainly why. Just like busy.
Oh, okay. So when you were younger, what Twitter?
Oh God, I feel like when I was younger, I would be on Twitter like 24/7.
Okay.
Like, I just ate lunch. I'm going to bed now. Like every little thing.
Unnecessary shit.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for up and coming adult female talents?
I would say like for new girls, I would recommend getting an agent because there's a lot of like bullshit you have to wade through, and if you're like fresh meat, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's definitely people that'll try and take advantage of you. You know, I've heard all sorts of like horror stories. So I would say get an agent. You know, don't do drugs, save your money, especially save your money for taxes because you do have to pay taxes at the end of the year.
Oh, so they don't take the taxes right out of your check?
No.
So they just write you a check and it's on you to pay your taxes?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So like if you don't save for that is like
you get hit.
Yeah, at the end of the year. And then what else would I say? I think that's it. Those are the main. I would recommend getting incorporated if you think you're going to be in this business for a while.
Your name, branding, as far as your name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start a social media, start a website. Make sure you're doing something like for yourself and not just relying shooting with different companies because that can dry up or, you know, ebb and flow, and you don't want to be like dependent. I feel like that's when girls start doing things they don't want to do is when they have no other income.
Got you.
Or if they just don't manage their finances at all and they're just like constantly broke because they're just spending.
No, I get it. So with that being said, with the girls coming in the game, what would you have changed differently now?
Honestly, so for a long time, I just did my website. Like I did maybe a few shoots here and there for other companies, but mostly my website. And I kind of I feel like I missed out by not, you know, pursuing, doing more shoots in, you know, for companies when I was younger. Cause I did.
You ever dated in the industry?
I did once. I dated a male talent like director once, and that's it.
And would you advise the young female talents, if you could turn back the hands of time, would you have done that again?
No, honestly, I didn't feel like it affected me badly, and we're still like on good terms. I could see though. I have heard of like times when it didn't work out so well.
Okay,
so I would just say, like, be leery, you know?
Do you get recognized on the street?
Oh, God, sometimes.
And do they say something to you?
Sometimes.
And if they stare at you, do you say something to them?
No. I don't.
Okay, so if they say something to you, what's some of the things they say to you?
Oh, God, are you Karen? Or
just like that?
Yeah. Or
they don't even add the Fisher. They just say, Karen. Okay.
Or twice. One time when I was at the gym, some guy I like your movies. And then he like almost like runs off. And the same thing happened at the grocery store.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
So they just state to you, I like your movies, and then just disappear.
Yeah.
It's like they're ashamed to let you know that they watch you on film.
I
Maybe
mean,
it's uncomfortable. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't like put off the vibe like, hey, come approach me.
Right.
Because it makes me feel like nervous a little. Not like scared.
Right,
I guess
right.
I'm just like a little shy.
Uncomfortable?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, unless it's at an event where I'm expecting that,
A
you know.
so let me ask you, if say if it was a female that came to you and said, hey, Karen, I like that scene you did with such and such and such, or I like what, I don't know, I like the way you suck on another girl's breath. What would that, is it easier for you to handle that than a male?
It is. For some reason, I would be like more like, oh, thank you.
Right. But if the male tells it to you, then what?
Then it just makes
Is it creepy?
I wouldn't say it's creepy. It just makes me like nervous.
Okay.
But I get embarrassed really easily.
And you're probably thinking that they masturbate to you.
You know what? When people tell me that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's like why people watch those movies, right? But I don't really like think about that often, that people are jacking off to my movies. But I mean, logically, that's what it's for.
I heard, I was watching a documentary, I think it's Life After Porn, where Lisa Ann, she said that, one of the things she kept in her mind when she would go to a convention is that these people here that are coming for this autograph, taking this picture, that they masturbate to me. And she always kept in mind, maybe that's why, she was able to capitalize and brand the way because she understood that, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure she don't want to be approached, somebody coming on and say, hey, Karen, I like the way, blah, 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 blah. So you do get recognized. So, you deal with it. So what would you say to the people that are going to watch this interview and if they were to see you in public, how would you, would you tell them to just say, hey, Karen, and wave and keep it moving? And not go into detail? Yeah, it depends. Like if I'm with somebody, maybe just don't say anything because that could just turn into a whole nother situation. Unless it's maybe another porn girl, then that would be fine. But yeah, just say, hi, Karen, bye. Or I don't know. Yeah. Prior to the pandemic, you tweeted, actually, I think it was you tweeted or you stated in a quote, I don't remember if it's an interview, all the free porn is killing the industry. What's your thought about OnlyFans? Oh gosh, it's like a game changer. Yeah. Are you doing OnlyFans now? Yeah, I definitely have an OnlyFans. Yeah. Yeah, and you do exclusive content? I do. Craziest thing, customer, client, consumer is X. So I do a lot of customs. God, I'm trying to think. I feel like I don't get a lot of like super crazy fetishes. Yeah. One, I don't, not that I wouldn't do fetishes, but there's like a lot of stuff I won't do. You know what I mean? I have had a lot of people ask for like pooping videos, and I'd like. They call that scat. What is it called? It's scat, but that's like. I found out the hard way what that was. Yeah, but yeah, go ahead. That's like too much for me. Yeah. I would maybe do like a golden shower video. Right. Not me being peed on me, like peeing on somebody, but scat, no. It is time to stop the fuckery. So you're with peeing on somebody, but not getting peed on. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Well, that's keeping it real, I guess. So, what's the last one you had to reject? Oh gosh. As far as requests, for people who don't know what I'm asking. Oh gosh, just like anal, like somebody wanting. So even a private, say a guy that you're dating now, and they wanted to do a private anal, you wouldn't be willing to do it on your OnlyFans? One, I'm not dating anyone right now, and usually like when there's another person involved, they don't understand. I have to get paid. OnlyFans has to get paid. The male talent has to get paid. If there's a cameraman, they don't understand there's a lot of people getting paid, so it's not going to be cheap. Yeah. No, I get it. Your what consists on your no list these days? Like mainly anal. Okay. And then I don't like to perform rimming. It's not hard. Can you, not to cut you off, don't lose your train of thought. I want to make sure, because I had somebody state to me when the adult entertainers are saying things, rimming, you called it? Yeah. What is that? Can you please? So it's licking ass, basically. Okay, just found out something new. Yeah. So it's a really popular thing right now. I like, for whatever reason, maybe because like butts are so popular, but so when you got in the industry, licking buttholes wasn't. Not at all. Okay. Not at all. Like, it wasn't a thing. And then recently it's become a big thing. And I'm not like crazy about it.
especially I've heard some really bad stories.
I'm sure. Would you do, rimming, is it more popular with girl on girl? Or is it?
It's girl on girl and boy on girl. I would do, like, if someone wants to lick me, that's fine. If I was going to lick them, it'd have to be somebody I knew really well and that I knew was like really clean.
I had a guest tell me that she would only lick females.
Yeah.
She would not do males because she said females can put something in their butthole to clean it out and make, you know what I mean? It was just really more, that was, hygiene.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
I mean, I think girls are, probably am more comfortable with girls, like licking a girl than I would be a guy, but it just depends on the person. I have done it with like people that I know and like literally just got out of the shower, but it's not something I want to like specialize in.
So no rimming now on your no list?
It's not
Depending?
A hard no. It just depends.
And what else? Give me one more.
Mostly just anal and rimming.
That's it?
Yeah, and I don't do like hard bondage really either. I know that like some people like that, but
so if they booked you to do a scene with Dredd now, would you do it?
Oh God, I don't know who that is.
Dredd is the guy with the dreadlocks, and he's straight.
Is he from Las Vegas?
I think so. He's signed to one particular company. What about so if Mandingo, you had a shoot to do with Mandingo, I don't know if he's still in the industry. Would you do it?
I would ask other people. Like I actually just shot with, what's his name? Sean Michaels. I shot with him. He has a huge penis,
yes,
right?
he's a veteran.
He's very gentle.
Okay.
So see if somebody's like that, that's cool. But like if they're gonna just like destroy you, then I don't know.
And I was, that's a veteran. He's like a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. He's a really nice guy. He's a good performer, but he's not like I like people to get into it, but I don't like them to be like there's a balance. You know what I mean? I don't want a boring scene where they're like too gentle, but then I don't want to be like, oh, I can't walk for 3
Yeah, got you. Now I gotta let the audience know that Miss Fisher is a savage. Karen, don't think I don't know about your episode in Jamaica. One time I was in Jamaica with a guy and I snuck away to bang the other hot Italian guy. It was fun night of sex on the beach, end quote.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
Okay, now let's break this down. You were in Jamaica with a guy.
Yeah.
And the hot Italian guy, did you know he was going to be there, or is that just somebody spontaneous?
I didn't know him. Like, honestly, the guy that I went with was just...
You went for the trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went there together, and I was just... It wasn't going well at all. Like, he was really... It wasn't like we were hitting it off. We weren't getting along at all. Like, he was just really annoying me.
So you just met him? And then he invited you to come to Jamaica?
Yeah. I had known him a little, but not well.
Okay.
And then he invited me to go, and I was like, sure. And then, just spending that much time with somebody, you really like get to know them, and you're like, oh God, I wish I wouldn't have come.
So you guys weren't intimate?
Yeah, we were.
Okay. So even the intimate, even by having sex, that didn't spark up. You just weren't clicking as far as personality wise.
No, not really.
Okay. So how did you get to the Italian guy?
Yeah, then I just met the Italian guy and
met him where?
There was like a dance club.
Okay.
Yeah, at the resort.
You're drinking, he's drinking, that type of thing. You guys are partying.
I don't even think I was drinking.
Oh, so you were sober.
Yeah.
So you saw him, made eye contact, and you knew immediately you wanted to sleep with him.
Well, I saw him the first night, and then I was like, oh, he's cute.
Okay.
And then I think the guy that I had come there with and we kind of like went our different ways for the evening, and then I saw the Italian guy, and I was like, okay, like, let's go. Yeah.
So the next night.
Yeah.
So you got rid of the other guy you came there with, or you flew back on the plane?
I think, he actually met like a T girl that he was really interested in. And so I encouraged him, like, yeah, you should
do your thing.
Go with her.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
So go ahead. So
yeah. So he went, did whatever he did, and then and then I went and I had my own fun. So.
Did you? So you guys were sharing a room when you first came there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't stay back at that room again after that?
Actually the morning after all of that, I think I was up like all night and then I flew home. I had to flew home. That was
You were up all night doing what?
Oh, well, like, what do you think? Yeah.
We got a bona fide freak in the building.
Oh, my God.
Wow. So it went down. Then you just got on the plane the next morning?
Yeah.
By yourself or he was with you?
Oh, yeah, we had the same flight. So he was with me. I mean, and it was fine. Like, nobody was...
You think he knew you had an idea of what you were doing?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Did you ever speak to the Italian guy after you left Jamaica?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to go see him, and
so you went back and got some
yeah. Plus,
round twos.
like, who
Right.
who doesn't want to go to Italy? You know.
Wait. This was in Jamaica. Oh, you went to Italy the next time.
Yeah, then I went to see him, and
in Italy.
Yeah.
Went down.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did he have a girlfriend at the time in Italy?
I did. He did, but
Right.
I didn't know about it.
Okay.
And then I found out. You know.
Did you care?
Kind of, yeah. Because well, I just don't like being lied to. That's all.
If it's still, I know it's hard to date as an adult entertainer.
Yeah.
Right? If you were to give some free game to men out there trying to take a porn star out on a date or even just try to date them overall, what advice would you give to them?
Well, it just depends. Like, if you're looking to date someone just because they're a porn star, that's not really a good reason to date somebody.
Okay.
You know, I don't think. And that's why sometimes I'm leery. Like, if somebody approaches me and they know who I am, I'm like, okay, do they like me, or are they just like, ooh, I want to bang a porn star? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you just happen to know a girl that is a porn star that you like you know her personally, you know what type of person she is, not just like her persona online or whatever. I don't know. I would just say be like genuine. Yeah. I mean, I could just tell you like a bunch of bullshit lines,
Right. No, I'd rather
but
just be genuine.
Yeah, my honest opinion is, just like be genuine, because you got to understand, we get like bombarded with like so many people just telling us like ridiculous nonsense. So like if somebody's genuine, that's going to stand out more than and be appreciated more than somebody just, trying to play a game.
You still have men reaching out to you? What's the last DM you got that kind of like...
Oh, God, I don't read my DM.
Oh, you don't?
No, I just... You know what? I'm so busy. Also, that's another reason I'm not on Twitter as much, is because OnlyFans keeps me so busy. Like, there's just so much to do. And I'm answering their messages. So sometimes when I'm done with that, done with all my stuff, I'm like, oh, I'm done being on the computer.
How long have you been in the industry?
So I started when I was about 25, and I am like 44, so almost 20 years.
You ever worked with Lee Stone? You know who that is?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to find somebody that's worked with Lee Stone. But anyways, I'll leave that
I
alone.
don't know.
So wow, you've had a hell of a run. How long you plan on doing it till?
I don't know.
You ever thought about directing?
Not really, to be honest with you. You think I'd be super interested in that, but I'm really not. Yeah, if I was going to do something besides performing, I'd rather just like move on to something totally different.
Okay. If you could if you could have dinner with any particular individual, dead or alive, and just have a constructive conversation, who would that be with and why?
Oh gosh. Like
it can be from any field. I don't care if it's for politics, entertainment.
So it has to be like a constructive
conversation. Yeah,
okay.
Have a real conversation, not just somebody you want to sit there and talk some wild shit with. Somebody like you would want to pick their brain, or just to get their. If you say you just had certain questions you just want to ask, and you wanted to get their opinion on it.
That's a really good question, and I really don't know.
Okay, all right. Let's go for entertainer then. If you could bring an entertainer back from the dead and just watch them perform one last time, who would that be?
I really like, I guess she wasn't like, she's more of she's kind of a performer. I really like Bridget Bardot. I've always liked her.
Okay. Yeah. And if you would
but she's alive. No, wait, she's not dead. I'm like, wait, she's alive. Sorry.
All right, so give me somebody who's dead.
Who's dead? God, who's dead?
That you would want to bring back. Doesn't matter. I don't care if it's rock. I don't care if it's pop. Or it could be a sport. It could be an actor, actress. It doesn't matter. Just in the entertainment field. there's got to be one person that's passed away that you would want to watch.
I
that
know.
you would say, damn, if I could watch them perform again. There's got to be.
I'm not. I'm just like really. It sounds bad, but unless it's somebody I have like that I know personally, I'm kind of just like on to the next.
Okay.
As far as performers.
So if you can see one movie from one particular actor that's no longer here, who would it be then? You still can't go. You got to give me an answer. You got to. Nobody's never not answered.
I don't watch any. I don't really watch like old movies like that. I did like Chris Farley. I thought he was really funny.
Okay.
Yeah, he was really funny.
So if you could get another Chris Farley film, comedy film, that's who you would want to see Chris Farley come back.
Yeah, sorry, I was difficult on that question.
So what can we expect from you for 2021?
Well, I am planning on doing
for the second half of 2021.
Yeah, I know it's like almost half over, isn't it? God, it went fast.
Yes.
I would say I'm planning on starting to shoot movies again for big companies. I haven't done that for a while. Besides the MILF.com. Yes.
Okay. And your OnlyFans, do you book the male talent? You find the male talent yourself, or do they more reach out to you?
Yeah, I usually just find my own.
Okay.
Yeah, it's usually just people I know. I mean, of course, you get a lot of people volunteering.
Right.
But yeah, I just usually find my own.
Okay. Now we're going to do our Moment of Truth segment. Moment of Truth is where I ask you, I state something and you tell me if it's true or false. If it's true, you can say true. If it's false, you can say false and elaborate on why it's false, or you can choose not to answer.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So several male performers have found your way onto your no checklist.
False.
Okay.
It's not several.
It's not several?
It's like a few.
Okay. And what did they do to find their way on your no checklist? If you obviously you don't have to say their name, but
the one's actually a girl, and just because honestly she's super bitchy, and she's always been a bitch to me, and I just don't want to work with her.
Okay.
And then one of the guys, oh God, it was just like a bad scene. Like he had to like slowly, hump or whatever because he needed to come. Like he couldn't hold his cum. And this is in the very beginning. So the director said, okay, like he kept on almost coming, right? Like, and he was barely moving. So finally he's like, just let me come and I'll get hard again. And then we can finish the scene. So we did, and then he couldn't get it hard again. It was just like a disaster.
So he couldn't come. Why? He had to have like full concentration. I'm just trying to understand.
I mean, he did come.
Oh, he did come.
He did like 2 minutes into this, like 5 minutes. And
wow.
Yeah.
Is that the only time that ever happened to you?
Couldn't hold it. I mean, there's been a few times, but in general, just everything about that guy was annoying. He was just super annoying. He did that, and then he couldn't get it hard again. And so we had to like wait. Even
was he a new performer?
Yeah.
Fairly new.
Yeah. But then on top of it, he was kind of a creep. So it was just a lot of things. You know what I mean?
What makes a guy creepy? Before we go into the next question. To you. On a set.
Gosh, I feel like there's one thing to like show, like, you kind of have to, you don't have to be totally businesslike, but don't be like too unbusinesslike.
Okay.
For me, I'm not like one of those girls that's super like, no, totally save it for the camera.
Right.
But don't also act like too much like off camera. I don't know. I know you're like,
no, I understand what you're
like
saying.
Mixed signals, but that's
so before we go into the next question, when you're cutting the scene, do you have guys press up on you to keep their erection going?
Not
or has
really.
that become creepy? Oh no, so is that something they can do to be creepy towards you? Like trying to press you to like, continue to give them oral sex or jack them off?
If a guy, it depends. I like to try and get into it, so I will help a little bit. But I'm not going to sit there and like suck your limp dick for like 20 minutes. After a certain point.
Because that's work.
Yeah. I don't mind a little bit. Also, it just helps maybe build a little bit of chemistry to keep that, keep things going. But at a certain point, I'm like, okay, sorry. You got to like go help yourself.
Your favorite spot for the money shot is your breasts?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. Do you like once it's once it happens, do you like rub it or you just look at the camera and smile?
I guess it just depends. I'll either or.
MILF's got the best vagina.
Wait, what?
MILFs got the best vagina.
So
like the MILFs, like MILF, older women, you know, like we call them MILFs, like, you know, you're like, that's a MILF. MILFs got the best. So if men are, say we're here, men, we're having a conversation, you're not in the room, like, man, MILFs got the best. He could be telling me about the young girls, all the young girls are firm, and I'd be like, nah, MILFs got the best vagina. So I'm asking you, do MILFs have the best vagina?
I don't know who has the best vagina.
You're supposed to rep here because you're in the MILF title now.
I know, but it's just like such a weird thing to say. For me to say.
So it's not, you just not answer then?
But
it's not true, it's not false?
What I would say is that like older women, we're more experienced. We know what we like.
Know how to grip?
Yeah,
okay.
you know.
All right. Walking on a set for a shoot never feels the same.
Wait, what?
Is that walking on the set when you're coming to a set and to shoot? It's never the same feeling.
Oh God, I feel like it's always the same.
Always the same. So it's false then. Walking on the set always feels the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
False.
Rough sex isn't your thing.
Semi-rough sex.
Okay, so you like
false.
semi, but just not too
just
much.
not like
okay.
crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Is it best to have sex before eating?
False.
No.
Well, so I'll eat a little bit and then eat like a big meal after. Yeah, because you don't want to be like too full, but you don't want to be too hungry either.
Yeah.
You need energy.
So, but you wouldn't go to a buffet and then go,
No.
okay, all right, because then you become lethargic or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're going to be bloated. You're going to be tired.
Your breasts have gotten things your way most of the time.
No, false.
That's false. What?
No, false.
Well, have you ever tried to use your breasts to get your way?
No, not really. But, they say like, okay, if you get pulled over and you have like big boobs, you'll get out. No, never.
Never.
Not maybe like once. But I don't even.
You're going to have to elaborate. You can't tell me what.
I think I don't even think it was my big boobs. I think the guy, because I was wearing like a coat. So who knows what kind of boobs I have, I think he just was like being nice or whatever.
So the coat, you could still see the boobs.
Kind of, but it was like one of those, you could
yeah,
kind
but
of see.
men can tell that shit. Men are it's the imagination part we got down pat. Like we can the 2020 like we know what's up under there.
Yeah, but that's the only time.
Women get a kick out of men thinking they're in charge while performing.
Maybe true.
Yeah. So you're the one controlling the scene, but you get a kick out of watching the male thinking that they're running the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's true.
Depending on the, and it just also depends on the performer.
You can tell immediately when recognized out in public for being an adult performer.
False.
No,
because I don't know. Are they just like
checking you out? Okay.
Checking me out, or they're like, oh, she looks familiar.
How do you dress when you go to the supermarket?
Oh, well, I live in the desert. It's really hot, so I usually just wear like something not. I don't wear a lot of clothes to the grocery store just because it is really
Not because
hot.
Okay. Just
No, because
really
it's
hot.
like 100 degrees.
And when you go to the beach, do you wear bikinis?
I do.
And when you're laying, you get tans?
Yeah.
And do you catch people looking at you when they're sitting out?
Sometimes, yeah.
And what do you like it?
I just don't even pay attention.
Okay,
honestly.
so that's not even on your mind.
No.
You're just enjoying the tan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it depends who's looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who am I with? Like, what mindset am I in?
Got you. Anything you want to let the people know as far as where to find you?
Oh, yeah. My Instagram is hot_Karen Fisher. My Twitter is at sexy Karen Fisher. And my OnlyFans is onlyfans.com/Karen Fisher.
Okay. Miss Fisher, I appreciate you joining us on the Bougie Show. Great interview.
Yay, thank
Yes,
you.
and y'all check out any new films coming out before we that they can be looking out for?
Not yet. I just had the 5 come out for MILF.com and nothing yet, but hopefully soon.
Okay. All right, Karen Fisher joining us on the Bougie Show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. All righty.
It's the Bougie Show with Zeta DJ.